Top of the morning, and I mean it's early morning. About 4 o'clock, so it's early morning. Let's get it. Let me start that like this. The worst distance, and I mean one of the single most worst distance between two people is misunderstanding. Man, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. A single moment of misunderstanding is so poisonous. It's so poisonous that it can make you at that moment forget the 100 of things that was going good, that was lovable. All those good things disappear in a blink of an eye, just like that. When it's misunderstanding. I know a bunch of y'all relate to that. I know I do. I know y'all gotta feel me on that. Man, feel it. The worst distance between two people is misunderstanding. Man, we gotta get better with that. And I think that happens because a lot of us tend to add to the pain and suffering what's going on by being too overly sensitive. And we begin to, overacting to minor things that we may perceive ain't minor, but we too overly sensitive and we take things too personally that we really, if we would have sat still and thought about it, it wasn't even as bad as we thought it was. But that comes from the misunderstanding. That comes from the lack of communication. And when you don't have the lack of communication, well, that just ruins everything. The misunderstanding, and then when you don't have the lack of communication, man, that just ruins everything. Because when you sit there with the lack of communication, instead of knowing how the other person is feeling, you sit your ass up there and you assume. Now, you know what they say when you assume, right? You make an ass out of you and me. So, because you have a lack of proper communication skills, you start assuming things. And then that's just going down a slippery slope. That's going down a slippery slope. And before you know it, one of you are sitting up here apologizing to the other for their misunderstanding of you. You should never do that. Don't start that, because that's going to open up something you don't want to go down. We should never have to apologize to the other for their misunderstanding of who you truly are. We shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to waste our time trying to explain who we are to people who seems to be committed to misunderstanding us. It seems like their whole sole purpose is for them to be committed to misunderstanding us, even though we'll tell them, but they didn't have it formulated in their mind what it is, and they run with that. This is how you deal with that. You know, when your nails grow too long, sometimes when your nails grow too long, men, when they grow too long, we cut the nails. We don't cut the fingers. So what are you saying? Well, the similarity with that is this. When misunderstandings grow up, cut the ego out. Cut the ego out. Not the relationship. Think on it now. When your nails grow long, you cut your nails, you don't cut your fingers. So the similarity there is that when the misunderstanding starts to grow up, you cut that ego out. And if you get rid of that ego, the relationship will be cool. Think on it. Think on it. So how I want to end it. I'm going to end it how I started it. The worst distance between two people is misunderstanding. Man, I hope y'all felt that measure. I leave y'all as I came. You can always catch me at Fitted Snapback Thought 70 on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. And as always, you can type in davidmerrittjr.com. Blessings to y'all. Top of the morning. It's early morning for me.